Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the second episode of Season 4 of Z Nation on Syfy, which was called Escape from Zona. And if you guys watched my review of the premiere last week, I was pretty, I was pretty hyped about it. I really enjoyed what they did in the premiere. For some reason, some people didn't seem to like it. Not really quite sure why. Maybe it just didn't have enough, non-stop action for them or something, but for me, I thought it was a really good premiere, and it kicked off the show. It felt really fresh, like it's entering this whole new direction. It just feels like they're trying to, change things and sort of do things in a way they haven't really before in terms of like the main story and just the way they presented the characters and everything. I thought it was really fun to watch. Started off much differently than all the other seasons, and it just feels like a fresh show, despite it being on for what's going to be 4 seasons now. So I think that's something that they did pretty successfully, and it's something I'm glad they did successfully. And I like this week's episode a lot too. It was about just as good as that. So yeah, of course, a big part of this episode was Murphy and Warren attempting to escape from Zona. Murphy, of course, is against this because, as he says, he's just tired of everything just turning to straight shit as soon as Warren or anyone else like that gets involved. Why do they want to, leave their cocktails or alcohol and casual sex and just sweet life basically, for just another shitstorm or a version of a zombie apocalypse or outbreak or something, and Murphy's a prick, but at the same time you can kind of get his perspective there. But as Murphy even comes to find out that things were really just going to be ruined for him anyway, because it turns out this vaccine that has been used in all the residents is slowly, turning them insane. But it's not affecting Murphy because he's the Murphy, so he never took the vaccine. And with Warren, she was in a coma, so they never gave it to her yet either. Murphy almost seems offended whenever they say it's the vaccine because they used his blood, so it's like, what? No, it couldn't have been. Wait, you're talking about that with my blood? No. Because his blood's supposed to be perfect and everything. So I'm wondering if one of those other leaders within Zona is tampered with it or something like that to fit their agenda that we see at the end of last week or something. I don't know. Or there's something extra about Murphy's blood and sort of DNA that we don't know everything about yet. I'm not sure. Warren's continuing to have these visions and such. She puts her in this trance-like state when she's being attacked. Murphy actually has to save her and shoot a guy in the head at one point, and that's something I'm kind of excited to see. Despite when Murphy tries to slam a guy against the wall in this episode, he hurts his rotator cuff or whatever, which was kind of funny, which is why I used it for the thumbnail. Thumbnail is right here, by the way. But yeah, I am excited for Murphy this season because Addy sort of became my favorite character last season just because of the awesome concentration she got. But before that, Murphy was my favorite, and now with this new season where they're taking Murphy, it's kind of equal ground now. I love Addy and I love Murphy as well. So they're 2 very different characters that fit and fill 2 very different voids. So I think you can enjoy both of them. You don't have to pick just one. But with Murphy here, I'm kind of eager for him to get back out into that world where he doesn't have full control over all the disease. I want to see him actually have to put himself into action. Maybe have to kill some of the zombies. Maybe fight against some of the other humans and such. Because Murphy's he's not really the fighter type, but I think he could be kind of cool and badass if we actually get him into the swing of it. I don't know. And he has this cool looking black jacket next week with his hair still combed all nice. So I don't know, he looks kind of awesome, so go Keith Allen. I hope it works for him. And Murphy definitely was more of a villainous antagonist type of character last season. But still good to see, like I said in last week's premiere review, that him and Warren still do sort of have this odd sort of mutual respect and fondness for each other, which I'm glad is carrying over. I don't think we'll see Murphy, flip his lid quite like he did in season 3 again. Meanwhile, we had some other pretty good stuff going on with that military group that 10K and Doc are with, of course with Henry Rollins leading them. which I thought was pretty good. They had to go try and track down this truck, but they end up being sort of pinned down by these snipers. Little do they know they're the people from Zona. I think they're people from Zona, right? But they're holding Addy and Lucy. They don't know they're in the cabin. So when 10K starts shooting the place up, it's like, okay, don't hit Addy. But we kind of knew he wouldn't. But it's still fairly tense, and there's this guy caught in the middle who they eventually had to put down. He's blasted through the back of his head, through his brain, as far as we know, or through his skull at least. And that he turns, but he still doesn't die, and it was kind of funny. They kept shooting him, and he would keep on spinning around and running towards Addy. Addy would shoot him, and then he'd turn and run back towards 10K and the others. So that was kind of tense, especially when Addy and 10K fired on each other at the same time. Their bullets literally hit exactly against each other and just both fall flat. And even 10K's like, damn. But he doesn't know Addy's at the other end of it. And at the last second, Addy does see that it's 10K, and then she gets a bullet sort of skimmed across her cheek. Now, if 10K had accidentally killed Addy here or something, or vice versa even, I swear the whole Z Nation fandom would have just completely flipped their shit, and I wouldn't blame them. But we didn't really I don't think anyone thought that one was actually going to die here, but still. I'm kind of eager for, I just want them to all be together again, but I feel like they're teasing us. And I like how Addy just sort of slaughtered one of the guards at the end, just gouging his eyes out, like the blood all over and everything, and she again walks away because of her iron will and awesome determination. And something else that was really, really funny earlier in the episode was when Murphy was saying just how psychotic everyone was turning. They'd have like dementia, and then they'd eventually just snap. It was the guy in his duck underwear or something, playing golf, and he just basically killed the guy with it. Hit him in the head and everything. And the way Murphy was talking back and forth with them, and the guy ended up looking like he was gonna swing at them. It was just really funny. I can't do it justice. I think it was another really good episode. Again, the show still feels really fresh right now. It doesn't feel like one of the other seasons. But still, of course, it maintains what we know Z Nation for. I think it just has this great energy to it. It's funny and has some cool action scenes. So I don't think there's anything to really complain about yet. Not that there's gonna be, but you know what I mean. So if I had to rate this episode, I'd rate it about like an 8.9 out of 10. I just enjoyed it that much. I rated last week's episode like 9.2. I don't know. I'm just really enjoying it. I'm sorry. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Honestly, I enjoyed it more than Van Helsing this week. I like Van Helsing and the work that's put into that, but I feel like Z Nation just executes what it is better than what Van Helsing tries to do with what it is. I'm still hoping for Van Helsing to get a little bit better, but Z Nation's just really on the ball right now. But catch you guys next time. Peace. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I don't know if I said that yet.